What's up, y'all? It's your boy Idealisticon, and we are here today with, well, first of all, this connection happened a while back. Became very cool with the gentleman right beside me, and then the gentleman at the end of at the chair right there. Back in Anime NYC in 2023. Um, the story will continue to be one of my favorite stories of all time of how I decided to not only, well, first let me explain. This is B-Boy Swerve,
Yo, what's good?
and as well as the rest of the crew from FWC, which I will introduce them as well, which is Fighters, Warriors, Champions. Definitely follow them on their social media handle on Instagram. We'll get more into that. But we met in a way where I knew about their content, their fighting content, martial arts, and I always thought it was real cool. I've always liked their videos and everything that they've done. Ran into them at Enemy NYC, asked them did they want to do an interview, and I had, without thinking, the audacity to ask the question. Y'all know, y'all do, or y'all are anime fans, right? Like,
This man tried to check me. I had to try to pull my card, try to pull my anime card.
and
You don't do that with Swerve.
in doing so, he checked me back, rightfully so. walked up to me shoulder to shoulder, and said, "Man, who you talking to? Bro, we ain't no fakes out here. We real anime." And in this moment, you would think me knowing the type of person he is and the content he's done as a trained stuntman and martial artist, that I would be like, my bad. I would back down. I just still did not think that through and decided to press him back. So at this point, we were shoulder to shoulder, and I was like, "Man, you guys gotta ask these questions. Is it some fake people out here? Like you feel me? Like, so what's up?"
What's up?
And at that point, I think that's when I earned his respect. In that one moment, I earned
You did
Swerve's
good.
respect.
But in my top 3, Yu Yu Hakusho is there. So Yusuke Urameshi lives through me, bro. And so we going
On site.
On site,
The
baby.
biggest,
We gonna have to do
like
what
I
we
always
do.
say, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. It's my number one anime of all time. Yusuke is the biggest shit talker with the hands that can always back it up. Like, always. He don't care. He don't care. But without further ado, I definitely want to start talking to you guys. First off, welcome to the Benja Cringe podcast. Swerve, you've been on many times before. And this is more of the live setting where I ask questions outside of the anime topics that we usually talk about. But yeah, so let's go around and introduce yourselves, where you can find each other, and let's also talk about the actual handle for FWC.
Well, I'm Swerve, an actor, stuntman, martial artist based out in LA. I've been in the industry for over 12 years. And with our team, FWC, which stands for, as Tone said, Fighters, Warriors, Champions, we created it about 2 years ago, and we create viral martial arts content across socials. And we're all from either the industry or for social media, and we like to bridge that gap and create as high-level action choreography as possible on any platform. We don't like to be limited by any of the expectations or limitations that other people would put on us, and we really wanted to showcase a lot of that for us.
Hey, what's up? My name is Kiana.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I am a two-time world champion in karate and weapons, and I am considered a weapons specialist in a lot of weapons, about 11 different weapons.
Be careful.
She'll cut you.
Literally and figuratively. No, but I'm a three-time national champion as well. I do stunts with the team. Obviously, this is the squad. I've been training for 18 plus years, and I don't plan to stop. And my biggest goal is to just be empowering and spread women's empowerment and truly just embrace that role as a superhero in everyday life and just challenge people to overcome their fears and step outside of their comfort zone. So,
Okay, excellent.
you know.
I like that.
Hello, my name is Renz. and I am a quadruple threat. I'm a singer, dancer, actor, and martial artist.
And a very big fan of Demon Slayer. From what
A little fan. I like him a little bit. But yeah, when I found FWC, I came on here with a huge Taekwondo background as a world champion and third degree black belt. But I learned very quickly that there's a different skill set that's required for learning stunts on film. However, the thing that has stayed consistent is the martial arts mindset. So for me, just having that black belt winning mindset has always been big. And that's my personal mission, that I want people to see how much of that martial arts mindset is just the catalyst for success. And that's exactly what this group has, is that martial arts mindset.
nice. Sensei.
What's up? How you guys doing? My name is David C. Hernandez. I'm one of the founders of FWC. I'm an action actor, fight choreographer, and trainer based out of Los Angeles. What's funny is I've been a member of the Screen Actors Guild since 2004. I've been out here professionally doing stuff. But the social media space, especially in the time when we were in COVID and under strike, this really gave me an opportunity to take hold of the kind of content that I want to create, because it wasn't something that I was regularly getting asked to do. A lot of people don't know that in the traditional media setting, you kind of have to be chosen, but there also have to be the roles for you. And I mean, like, I'm kind of a unique individual in my size and my look. And the opportunity that FWC has allowed us to, really share a lot of our passions and our individualism, to be able to, like, put forth these great videos, like with us as characters, and I get to do it with my friends. So
Awesome.
that's what's up.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's great to have you guys sit down with me. So I was at your panel yesterday. There was a lot of good questions that were asked to you guys. Felt like besides Swerve and Daniel, I got to know you too, as well as Fiction.
David.
David, I'm sorry. Why I say Daniel?
It's all good.
I'm sorry.
Hey, my brother's name's Daniel. Shout out to my brother.
No. When I tell you it's been a really long day, you can ask my cameraman. It's been a crazy day.
Yeah, I feel it.
But sorry, David. But yeah, with that being said, just like some few questions I had myself, like, as been working with B-Boy Swerve for a while on various things, and him coming on the podcast, eventually I know you guys are trying to brand your own, like, movie and series franchise and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, like, in that mindset, as you're doing that, and I've seen you guys work, like, some of your behind the scenes stuff, have you ever thought about, like, as a group, coming up with your own form of martial art?
Oh. I'm gonna pass this to Swerve.
So I actually say that there's 3 levels to, like, action choreography. So you're gonna have the first base level where you're learning kind of like Marvel basic fighter kind of things. It's kind of generic. You throw your fists and your kicks and such like that. And then the next level is utilizing a particular martial art. So Muay Thai, boxing, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo. Usually you're, Kung Fu, of course. And you'll usually recognize that. And then the third is what usually you see in different, like, high-level action actors and martial artists. So Bruce Lee has a different style compared to Jet Li, compared to Jackie, Michael Jai White. Everybody has a specific style that shines for them,
Right.
and that they utilize. So for myself, I've been working on creating my own mixture of, like, a boxing Muay Thai mixture, where I throw things coming from the defensive side of the Philly shell, mix of a Philly shell with a lot of, like, Muay Thai elbows and stuff like that. So it's been in development for about 2-3 years.
Okay.
I've been working on that. But yeah, in regards to the team, I think we all have so many individual skill sets, and just learning so many different martial arts, especially for choreography. As a stuntman, I've had to double many different people. I've had to double Mike Tyson. Actually, I can't say who I'm doubling right now. but there's, like, there's a few
NDAs,
different
guys.
things. Yeah, but there's quite a few different action films and things that you would have to that I have to be able to be malleable to know a whole bunch of different styles in order to create really good choreography. So that blends into understanding and creating your own style when you understand the levels of it. You know, David has FMA, but he's also like a master swordsman. You know, like from Kiana and Renz, they all have a bunch of things. We actually just did a YouTube video where we were playing with a bunch of different weapons, and like we had to choose a weapon out of a hat and figure out if we can utilize them. And that was that was funny and interesting.
Stay tuned for what I got, cause
Yeah, check that out. Yeah.
I tell you.
I don't know. That don't bode well for the way you say that. Like, what did you pull out a rubber duck? Like,
Close. Just stay tuned.
Yeah. So in general, we like as a team, we haven't created a martial art, but we have a lot of knowledge in different things, and we will be having instructional videos and workshops as well. We're about to go to teach a workshop right now.
Yeah.
We'll
Not
teach a
yet.
lot of
What
different things
do
as
we got? What time is it? 2:50. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't want to definitely hold you guys too long.
I think as far as like a group's concerned, it's very difficult for us to come up with a specific style because we all vary so much in our backgrounds, but also in our bodies, right? I think a lot of styles that were created, like old school thing, they had like a homogenous population and regions that they're able to do stuff in. That's why Muay Thai looks the way that it does. That's why certain styles of Kung Fu even vary from northern to southern, because they're having to deal with environment, all that kind of stuff. So like for us to try and come up with something that's specific for the group FWC, I think would be a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
But like definitely we all have kind of learned to lean into our characters and the people, give the people what they want. Right. So I think in that sense, at least for me, kind of like leaning into that whole like sensei sifu, kind of thing, and like relaxed kind of stuff. It's just lent itself that way and made each of our interactions a lot more interesting as well, because now it's like these dream team ups that you see, because it's like whose style of fighting is above and beyond everybody else's or whatever, rage bait basically.
So we can expect more from the FWC universe or martial arts verse.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for that. So, so just so that my viewers and the viewers of this know, just like we obviously know, if they know you're a sensei is your role, what is the rest of the character roles, just to define them?
I guess yeah. So if you don't know, I'm like the sensei, like Sifu kind of thing. But then I guess everybody else is op as well. So
it varies.
It
It
varies.
definitely varies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I guess like for me specifically, I love doing tricking and a lot of different flips. So I'm definitely going to be the more agile fighter who's like really athletic, and sometimes the try-hard who feels like he has something to prove, which is why we pair like really well together. We had like a really successful video where it was student versus the master, and we really got to bring those characters to life.
That's cool. That's really cool.
For me, I grew up in traditional karate, so I'm always going to be the karate kid at heart. And I grew up also doing so many different weapons, so I kind of base myself off of like a karate weapons master. But I also, throw in a little bit of sass. I'm still a woman. I'm still a girl. We gotta put a little attitude, a little hair flip, a little a little bit of spice,
I have noticed that with your
The
character.
hair flip, the walk off, the Oh my God. You tried.
Like I noticed if you beat one of the boys,
And I'm like,
it's just that little sass at the end. Like I did that.
Of course. You always got to put a little sass after beating the boys. Like, that's such a big accomplishment. Be like, yep.
I'm just the brute.
The brute. That's really it.
Yeah, they put me in the brawler role a lot.
The brawler.
Yeah, have more to me than
Yes.
just. But for the roles we do.
No. Wait, hold on. Swerve can play an amazing, little schoolboy, like, like, like an innocent. No, because we have a couple of fights where he's like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody, you know, and he plays such like, don't let this big man fool you. He's like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody, and then he's over here just whooping butt. You know?
Here's the thing. You actually told me a story where you were working with Mike. And he was like, I can't do this with this guy. This guy's punch faster than me. I was like,
Yeah, that was. I mean, to hear that from a legend, I was like, okay,
I was like, wait, Mike said that to
I
you?
did. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, yeah. So it was cool because I was teaching him the action choreography for the film that we were doing, and he was like, "That's too fast." I'm like, all right, but you're Mike.
That's my thought process on it anyway.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
but no, definitely this is some cool stuff. What's next? Like I know you kind of said it in your pairing, but what is next for FWC?
So we have gained a lot of traction doing short form content. The next level we're trying to do is long form content. So we just started a YouTube channel, very fresh, very new. And as we talked about, we just did our first YouTube video. We're going to be compiling quite a few as we go along. We also have a Discord that having Tone help out a little bit with. Yes. Yeah. So we're dropping a Discord. And also a merchandise website and subscription service later on, so that users can connect and join the Fighters, Warriors, Champions community. We want to be able to connect with a fan base around the world. We want to create more of a community that has the same ideology as us and that actually wants to have interest in martial arts, interested in film and TV, creating their own, being able to just do a lot of things that surround our similar interests together. And so really want to embody the words fighters, warriors, and champions.
I'm after all talking to you guys, I just see the future. You know how Castanet has Streamer University. I see FWC University. You guys just rented out a campus.
That would be dope.
Then you just walk. You're just walking up on the campus, and all you see is just like stunts happening everywhere. Like
Right.
This guy's doing a flip. This guy's like going at it with this guy. He's doing Muay Thai. He's doing. I'm like,
Shout out to Campus Universidad. They got a great one in Spain, but we got to do it in America.
all right. But yes, this has been great. Thank you guys. I'm going to opt you two out of this question. We're about to end this. You already answered this question. This is for you two. So it's a two. Yes.
Oh shoot!
If you don't know, you can go back to one of my past videos and watch the answer from both gentlemen right here. But we're going to ask you. So first question: top 3 favorite anime, rapid fire.
I would say Demon Slayer, Death Note, and Kakegurui.
Okay.
Sakamoto Days, Demon Slayer, and Dandadan.
All right. I don't.
I know. I knew they were gonna say that.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
You know he was ready to say something just based on our interview.
I'm not judging.
And I know you know.
We look and we listen,
And
but
then we don't judge. That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, follow-up question. Out of those 3, categorize them as binge, cringe, or trash.
Out of those 3?
Yes.
Ooh. I would say. Wait, what were the 3 options? Binge, cringe,
Or trash.
Binge is definitely Demon Slayer. Shoot. Oh, I can't do that. I gotta say cringe. Death Note, because I can't put it to trash.
Okay.
I can't put it to trash. So those are my 3.
Great question, first of all. But I would probably have to say, as much as it hurts to say it, binge, Demon Slayer, cringe, I guess Sakamoto Days, even though I freaking love that guy. And then trash would have to be Dandadan.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Reverse that.
Listen, no.
Wow.
You know
I can't.
what?
Swerve has opinions.
You know what? We're
just
not
me.
going to judge because unfortunately we're out of time. But thank you guys for joining us. Where can we find the social for FWC?
Yeah, check us out. Instagram has our link, but Instagram you can see us at We Are FWC Official. And we have our link tree, and all of our socials are attached to that. But if you look up FWC Official, you'll probably find us.
Yes, awesome. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be back later.
Beats by DJ.